Hello there. I'm Dr. Diallo, an academic coach and a test prep expert with Study.com. I hope that my insight will be helpful for you as you're currently preparing to take your FTCE Elementary Education K-6 with testing code 060 assessment. This assessment is part of the mathematics subtest 604. If so, you know what? You're in the right place because I am here and I want to walk you through a few sample test questions and other test taking strategies to assist you on that day. Let's begin by taking a look at problem number 1. The diver was 120 feet below sea level. He dives 240 more feet before rising 295. Represent the current depth of the diver as an integer. Our answer choices are A, negative 175, B, 175, C, 65, or D, negative 65. So let's revisit our question and let's notate the important information. So it tells us that there's a diver, and at first he's going 120 feet below sea level, meaning that would be negative 120. He dives 240 more feet before rising 295 feet. So that's going in the upward direction. Represent the current depth of the diver as an integer. Now let's see if we can figure out how to actually solve this problem. So when we begin, we want to notate that we are at negative 120, and we're going to add to that 240 more. This will be the total depth that he dove. So when we add this up, we get 360, negative 360 degrees. Next, we notice that we need to add the 295 feet that he rose. So we're going to take 360, understanding that it is negative 360, and we are going to find the difference between that and 295, which is the direction he is now going up. So we know that we will need to make the 0 a 10 to regroup. The 6 will then become a 5, and 10 minus 5 is 5. And then this will now become a 15, and 15 from 9 is 6. And because 360 is more than 295, we are still in the negative numbers. So our correct answer is negative 65. In a big city, there are 540 cats and 675 dogs. What is the ratio of cats to dogs in the city? Answer choices A, 3 to 5, B, 4 to 5, C, 5 to 4, or D, 2 to 5. We notice in the question that we are referring to 540 cats and 675 dogs. We are trying to find the ratio of cats to dogs. So that tells us that cats will be the first number represented in the ratio and dogs will be the second number in the ratio. We also notice that there are more dogs than cats. So the first number in the ratio is going to be smaller than the second number, automatically allowing us to get rid of answer choice C because C is 5 to 4, meaning that there are more cats than dogs. So we know C is definitely not the answer. So now to solve the problem. In order to find the ratio, we are going to divide the number of cats by the number of dogs to find the ratio. And when we do that, we are going to come up with 8/10 as our answer. Now, when we write that, we have to write that as a ratio. So we're going to take it from decimal form and put it into a fraction, which is 8/10. Now, the only thing we have left to do now is to simplify. We know that 2 will go into 8 and 2 will also go into 10. So 2 will go into 8 4 times and 2 will go into 10 5 times. Therefore, our ratio is 4/5, meaning that for every 4 cats that we have 5 dogs. So the correct answer choice for this question is B, 4 to 5. Simplify the expression. We see that there are lots of different symbols here, and you may be familiar with the term PEMDAS, which is also the same thing as PEMDAS. And those abbreviations tell us to do a few different things. So let's notate PEMDAS on our screen. Now, what does PEMDAS tell us to do? Well, it reminds us that first The first thing that we do, we find and look for parentheses, and whatever's in parentheses, we do first. Once we do that, if we have any exponents, we do that next. Then we multiply or divide, whichever one comes first, from left to right. And then we add and or subtract, whichever one comes first, left to right. And that's the order of operations in which we would actually perform this operation. So the first thing that we would do is we would do what's inside the parentheses. We would do 2 plus 3, which would give us 5. And we would do 7 times 4, which would give us 28. Next, we would bring those numbers down, and we would keep our brackets in place. So we would have 10 minus 5, enclosed in brackets, times 2 minus 28 in brackets, plus 18. Once we get to this point, now we actually have to continue to work inside the brackets. And when we say brackets, we are referring to these things here on the side. So everything within the bracket must be worked out first. Again, parentheses left to right based on the order of operations. We would do 10 minus 5. That would give us 5 times 2 minus 28. And we would still have our brackets plus the 18. We must continue to work within the brackets, and if we look at the order of operations, we know that we have to multiply before we do anything else left to right. So we would do the 5 times 2 first, which would give us 10. 10 minus 28 plus 18. And now we're going to get rid of our brackets because we've done everything inside the brackets, and we're going to go from left to right, just as the order of operations tells us to do. We add or subtract left or right, whichever comes first. If we take 10 from 28, we're going to end up with a negative 18. And when we add 18 to that, negative 18 plus 18 is going to give us the answer of 0. The answer for the question is answer choice A, 0. A teacher is expanding on a lesson about area by having students use manipulatives to fill in a space. This teacher is increasing the students' knowledge of what? A, the standard algorithm, B, subtizing, C, tiling, or D, iteration. Well, first, let's revisit the question to see what are the important words that we're looking at. First, we notice that we are utilizing manipulatives to fill in spaces. So this automatically tells us that we are looking to find the area that a number takes up. Now let's look at our answer choices. The standard algorithm is actually a set of steps that people follow to solve a math problem. Filling in space does not require an algorithm, so this isn't correct. The next choice, subtize. Subtizing is the ability to instantly recognize the number of items in a set without counting them individually. So with this would be like showing a child a domino or showing the child a flashcard with dots on it and them automatically recognizing how many numbers are on that shape without counting them. This is definitely not the answer we're looking for either. For answer choice C, tiling, this refers to actually filling in flat space with tiles so that there's no gaps in between. It is often used to help students further their understanding of finding measurement, especially when finding the area. This sounds like what the question is asking us to do, but let's be sure to look at answer choice D. Iteration is the repetition of a process to generate a sequence of outcomes. So this is not the correct answer either. Therefore, answer choice C, tiling, is going to be the answer choice for this question. I sure do hope that you found that video to be helpful. For more practice, check out our FTCE Elementary Education K-6 060 playlist. And for even more detailed practice, strategies, and customizable study materials, head on over to study.com and check out our FTCE Elementary Education K-6 060 test prep course. Those who use study.com boast a 92% passing rate. Our courses include full-length exams, hundreds of authentic practice problems, and short, targeted video lessons specifically developed based on the latest testing updates. With our resources, you'll know exactly what to do to prepare for test day. Like this video and subscribe to this channel to get all the latest FTCE testing updates. And please make sure you leave your questions and your success stories in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching and happy study.